Is that offensive if I ask every guest that? Probably, but I
Probably,
definitely
maybe. Ask for consent
um
somehow.
yeah. Hey, do you mind if I ask about the thing about you? Welcome back to That's a Gay Ass Podcast, the podcast that asks, whose fault is it that you're queer? It is me, Eric Williams, and welcome to Gay Ass Pride Month, mama. This is the first episode of Pride, and it's a gay ass bonus, y'all. And I truly have to say, it was a joy to record. Terry, who is the real mother tuking thing. They actually originally studied neuroscience at UCLA, another smarty, and then literally went to pursue their dreams of being an actor and has been bookhead. They were on the Mindy Kaling show we love, Never Have I Ever, The Girls on the Bus, which just premiered on Max earlier this year, and Terry's in Prom Dates, a film on Hulu that basically should be called like Gay Prom. It's so queer. It also features Chelsea Handler, so we love. But before the episode, I just want to say I'm so happy that Pride is here. It has made my fooking life seeing people post photos of them in merch like at pride things. I'm like, come on, we are our own gay ass army, hun. Land of the gay, home of the ass, bouquet. I'm also happy Pride is here because this month is full of amazing guests, and the Patreon is firing on all cylinders. I just brought back Gay Ass Sex, and this week's episode, I've been getting a lot of comments and DMs. People are liking it. It's horny, it's super hot, it's funny, and you yourself can join for $5 at patreon.com/gayasspodcast. But we're going to get into this episode with Terry, who we talk all about Tumblr angst, the girthmaster, gay high school drama, and Terry tells me the roles that they are going to Mana Fucking Fest. Slurp, slurp. Terry, who is on That's a Gay Ass Pod Q. Terry, what a vision. Thank you for coming on this gay ass pod.
Thank you so much for having me. Wow, this is the energy I need.
And listen, your energy is matching this energy, and I want to
Thank
thank
you.
you because I'm a little bit faking it till I make it because I am in like my tired era. But I feel like if
Mm,
we don't give ourselves the fake it till you make it mentality, we just what? Sleep all day?
absolutely. And also I think you're still being authentic to your tired self because it's giving like tired but like okay, let's
Yeah.
do this.
No,
Like
yeah,
that
that's
is
true. It's
good.
not it's not a
You know what?
lie, the energy.
No, you're
It's
not
because the
fake.
no, I'm not a fake girl, but I
You're
am.
ambitious.
Well, I was actually, obviously doing my research on your stunning career. You're fully like 9.5 years old and yet slaying the game. In reality, though, you are, I think like 6 years younger than me. But I just feel like when I look at you, I
You don't
feel
need to
like
age us. You don't need
I
to age
know.
either one of us, Eric.
Why am I quantifying this? But I don't know. You have such a gorgeous, fresh energy. Do you feel fresh, or is the
Do I
fatigue
feel
coming
nine and a
on?
half? Oh,
Yeah.
listen, I feel at least 12. I feel like
Okay.
it's hitting me. Yeah, no, thank you so much. I would not guess that you're 6 years. I was like, you're young. You're 10. You're 10 years old, and I'm
10.
nine
It's
and a
giving
half. Okay, I'm a little bit.
10.
It's giving 10 years old. But with like a, like 25-year-old heart and soul, because that's what's cuter.
Yeah, that's true. We don't I don't wish to be 10 again, but
No, exactly.
I do wish to have the energy levels of the 20s. But listen, speaking of young age, can I say Mazel Tov on Prom Dates, which I'm going to be,
Thank
speaking of
you.
not being fake, I'm going to say that it comes out May 3rd. We're recording this on May 1st, so I haven't seen the film, but it looks unbelievable. And the fact that am I allowed to say that it's kind of like a queer prom movie?
It is. It literally is. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and what's great is that it's not even like, I don't think that it's meant to be like, this is a queer statement.
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, one of the characters is queer. Okay.
Well, I also love in the trailer how you're fully giving queer romantic like hot boss bitch, and that to
Sure.
me is kind of iconic.
Yeah, thank you. To answer your earlier question on whether I feel the young, I mean, I, my body hurts
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
There are like, yeah, that happens, you know, so like definitely got to work out and stuff. But, no, we're all in this together, this aging process, you know? So
We
I feel,
really
yeah.
are. But I do
Mm-hmm.
think that it's interesting to like look back at our young selves, especially when we are talking about these projects you work on. And before we get into
Mm-hmm.
the actual nitty-gritty of the projects, I do want to just open up this interview with the famous gay ass podcast question. Terry, let me ask you, whose fault is it that you're queer? Who do we blame, babe?
My mom definitely ate something and I was queer out the womb. She was feeding me something and you know
That
what,
is
so
so.
it's on
What do
her.
you think is the queerest food that moms can eat to make us into
Oh
queerlinas?
my God, that's really good
I
question.
think it's mashed potatoes.
Okay, well, I'm hearing that for some reason, some type of noodle came to mind for me because, like, you know,
Yeah,
Chinese culture. Like, thinking like definitely some type of like soup. There's some gay soups out there, like some gay little like soup with like goji berries and you know
slurp
something like that.
slurp.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
a
yeah.
goji berry in a soup.
Oh yes, there's some like Chinese soup. It's like herbal.
Teach me.
I'll send you.
Teach the
Okay, I
class. Teach
will.
me.
I don't even. It's like got these thing the white mushrooms. Have you heard of such things? Yeah, it's very
Mm.
good for you. Anyway, so I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Like kind of yeah. So queer out the womb, and then to seal the deal, I think Tumblr came in really strong. Tumblr came in and said,
I just had a full on montage of my life flashing in front of my eyes for the
the
first time that I
reposts,
saw.
the
Yeah,
retumblers. Yeah,
well, I have a long history with Tumblr, and it's not all PG, but
of course,
it.
it never is.
Wait, did you? So let's get into the nitty gritty then. Your
Of course.
Tumblr association, does it, because mine is, I'm going to be, fully frank here. Mine is porn.com/yum yum.
Absolutely.
However, is yours more pop culture Tumblr or is it more hot queer summer?
Sure, sure.
What was your
No, of
Tumblr
course.
relation?
It was okay, so it was very angsty. I didn't
Mm,
I No one gave me the freaking memo that tumblr.com/porn yum yum was on there because like I don't think I
hmm.
really but I heard later and I was like, where was everyone partying without me? Like where were they? But I think for me it was if anything was like girls in bikinis, like
Mm.
guys too, like sometimes like you know, it's like the sepia filter, like the black and white, and it was just so angsty and so like bad decisions make good stories. Like, you know, like quotes like that. And I was reposting this. I was living my life on there.
I can
And
literally picture the font that statement is written
yes,
in. I can picture everything is filtered for like it's like the opposite of the RuPaul cam that makes our skin smooth. That Tumblr filter is like the black fingernails of filters.
yes. It's so sad because I honestly, wow, now that we're talking about it, I'm like, where did they go? I think, you know what? Yahoo bought them. Then it crashed.
Oh yeah, no, Tumblr is over, unfortunately.
I know.
There were gatekeepers of Tumblr porn. Like I think I probably first had the same experience of you where I was more invested in or really just looking at the Tumblr reposts of either funny memes, maybe a cute animal. But then when
Mhm.
a friend told me, I was in college when a friend told me about porn and I was studying abroad. So I
You're
was like,
kidding.
I was living by myself. I was a little homesick and it was Tumblr porn and watching reruns of Will and Grace that saved me.
Oh, of course. I cannot believe that you went that long. I feel like some annoying guy in high school was like, go on redtube.com. And I was like, what's
Oh
that? So
no.
I went on it and it traumatized me. And so for a while I was like, no, but then I kind of was like, okay, I'm getting into my adulthood now. Like, do you know
Oh,
what I mean? But
you saw some freaky shit on RedTube?
I saw it was just like it wasn't even freaky, it was the male gaze up in your hoo-ha. Do you know what I mean? And it was just like not it was like not well shot and where's the story? You know? And so
Where
it was a
is
different
the
time. Where is the
story?
story? They went straight for the shot and I was like, oh my God, what is this?
Well,
What
and
is
by
this?
the
Yeah.
way, let's say part of the reason why I give straight men a hard time is because, of course, they're bad, but also
Yeah.
because some of the porn that they're watching, that I was shown, it really the things that talk about the male gaze and the things that like
Mhm.
these poor female porn performers
Mhm.
were. I do think and hope that in today's world the porn might be for straight men, the porn might be a little more, there might be some more equity and inclusion in terms of women's rights.
Like more some DEI diversity.
I hope there's a DEI initiative when it
Yes.
comes to straight male porn. Um, I rarely bring up these. I mean, this fully, I'm not usually so porn centric at the top of an episode, but listen, this
Oh,
is where we are.
sorry. I don't know. I think I brought us there. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, 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 no. Never apologize for porn. I just want to make sure you feel like I'm not constantly, okay, let's talk about porn to every guest. But um, did you see
Only me.
the girthmaster headlines of note recently?
What is that? No, I didn't.
So
What is
here,
it?
the reason I bring him up is because he does seem to me like a positive straight male porn star in the community. And the long story short is that there was, I think, the girl on TikTok who interviews people asking how much money they make.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She is, I guess, I forget where he lives. It might be down under, but she is with this guy who goes by the name the Girthmaster, and you find out why. But she goes, how much money do you make? He says between $40,000 and $80,000 a month. He reveals that he is a content creator. He's on OnlyFans, and
Oh, there we go.
this circulated on Twitter. It went viral, and now he had a Rolling Stone interview. He's like kind of hitting the
What?
mainstream, but his fucking the girth is girthing is what I'll say. But he really brings up a
Really?
point. This is the full circle. He brings up the point of how straight male sex workers are much more sort of lauded and given the benefit of the doubt, whereas either women or non-binary
Mm.
porn performers are basically slut shamed, or there's so much more of like, if you're a woman telling your family or friends that you are a sex worker, it's
Right.
very different than a straight guy saying it. So I think that he is bringing awareness to that, and while still being girthy as hell, and we love him for that.
Of course. Oh no, I like that. He's an ally. He is. And sometimes you just need the people in that position of girth and power to be the one to talk about it. Like actually though, because that's a
Yeah, no,
whole
it's
other
true.
conversation. Yeah.
He's leaning into the girth of the issue and sort
Mm-hmm.
of, going down to Pound Town when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
respecting our female sex workers. Now, speaking of respect, I do want to ask you, when we go back into our history books of queerness, because you're in this prom movie, what was your queer experience in high school? Were you out and proud? Were you living your they them dreams, or did it take a minute?
So I knew I was queer, like I said, out the womb, right? Like I did. I don't think I knew it was. I know I didn't know that it was called queer or bi or whatever it was, but I just kind of was like girls. But I also kind of was like boys. And
Mm.
and I told every single guy I liked that I liked them like throughout high school. And good thing they rejected me all. They all rejected me because this way I didn't have to find out that I didn't actually connect with them that way until
Oh.
later. But I that's a whole other thing. But yes, in high school I had a close group of friends that I did come out to, but I was not publicly out, although it's like be so serious. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
kind of obvious. But I remember one time someone was like, Terry's bi, and I was like, oh, who spread a freaking rumor about me? Like who? And I freaked out. And it's like so funny because it's just so I don't know, you look back on it with different lens. But
Well, what do you think was the reason for that reaction? Was it sort of, were there forces in your life, or was it just sort of regular
mm,
society that was like, being bi is blank?
I think that, you obviously just, at least for me, like you're socialized as a female born person to want male attention. And to be honest, I did kind of want male attention. Like I'm not fully gay. Like I do find men attractive, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I think also, yeah, wanting to fit in with like maybe the popular girls kind of and popularity was a big thing in my head. And I think also being Asian, like just being so aware of the outsiderness of it and like wanting to be
Mm-hmm.
popular with the white girls and eh, to me, like one of the signs of popularity was like, are you femme? Are you beautiful? And uh I think when I thought bi. I think anything that was in this realm of not straight, it was lesbian, which in my head had this like negative connotation of like, oh,
Yeah.
that means that you look like such a dyke or like such a like, it means you look like so butch, which is live your life. Like I love that. That's like, amazing and hot. But at the time I was kind of just like, no, like I'm beautiful like a girl, like, whatever. So
Well, it's almost like the plot line of Mean Girls, how, Janice Ian is like
mm, mm,
rumored that she's obsessed with Regina George, and then of course because of that lesbianismo, then it's all of a sudden
mhm.
Janice is a freak, and so it's kind of, to me, it's almost like you are the Janice in that scenario, Regina George obviously being the popular girls, and then you did not
Right.
want to be, you don't want to be othered in high school.
Yeah.
It's a natural part, I think, of growing up, and that's why, unfortunately, for any of us queer people growing up, that time can be fucking brutal because
Yeah.
the only thing you want to be is not different.
Mhm.
Like the only thing, I think that was probably why I was so devastated to be gay when I was
Oh,
younger.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
fair.
fuck, now I have to
Yeah.
like be like completely against the grain. Like if
Right,
I think I want to, at this, as a kid, I was like, I'm gonna have kids because I'm supposed to, and it's like that's
right.
gonna be a racket, and like how the fook is that gonna happen? But like you, was your archetype in high school, did you break into the popular clique, or were you theater nerd? What was your circle?
I wasn't a theater nerd. I had like I would call myself a floater. Like I floated around to a lot of different friend groups. I didn't go to a very big high school also.
Yeah.
It was like 130 kids in my grade. I never broke in with like the popular like these, but also so who was popular to me, like in my head. And I probably was so much more impressionable than some of my friends that maybe were seen as maybe not popular, but in my head are like the coolest ever, like the ones that not we weren't the theater kids, but we were just like I don't know, we, like, watch movies, like, we weren't, like, going out to drink, like, we were playing board games at home and playing Wii Sports, like, that was I just loved those friends so much. I will say I had, this one best friend, this, set of twins, and one of them I was particularly close to, and she actually was one of my, like, genuine best friends too, but she wasn't in that other group with me, and it was, like, these 2
Mm.
worlds where she could very well fit into the popular like, I would actually say that she is probably was one of the popular girls. She also like, her and her twin sister would like throw house parties, so I would get invited to them because of that. But it's like I know that it was only because I was like kind of her friend. Otherwise, no
Mm.
one would have invited me. And it's like all the guys were friends with her. Like, so she kind of, in a way, I suppose, took me under her wing, kind of, but also like I don't know. I don't feel shame because I have grace for it, but I definitely understand that like little Terry was not very, I think, you know, I think there was like I had some shameful moments where I was like, oh well, like I don't want to be seen with like the loser friends, even though I loved them. Like I loved all of them. So yeah, there was definitely some conflict there, inner conflict.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
if you don't look back on your high school self with some shame, then you
Yeah,
haven't
fair.
done the work to know
Yes.
that we have grown since then.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for someone who can look back on a past version of themselves and say, gosh, that was a little messed up of me, but I can have the grace to say that I've grown. And so, almost in a fun, fucked up way, what is the most shameful part of our personalities as a high school person? It's kind of a fun fucked up question to ask yourself. like
Absolutely.
like I would say for me, the part that I'm the most oh yeah, I know exactly what it is.
Oh,
I've said it a bunch. The part, and it really, I'm truly not just doing this because of, segueing into the prom dates
yeah,
gorgeous
yeah.
Hulu film, but like my regret is how I treated my girlfriend at the time. I think like
Um,
I wish,
mm.
I wish I had
Can I ask if you knew that you were I mean, are you into women or like are you oh,
not
not or
at
oh.
not even a little bit. And I
Man.
literally, I think the part that it's like a little controversial rom-com vibes is I was doing it as almost like a test. I think I was like, and but it was a genuine like, can I be straight?
For
Can
sure.
I
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
date a woman? And I just, quickly found out that I couldn't. And when she broke up with me, thank God, I was in the car with a dear friend of mine who remains a dear friend of mine to this day.
Oh,
And I
amazing.
just remember my girlfriend at the time saying, I just feel like you don't have feelings for me. And I didn't have the language to tell her
Mm,
why that was what was being communicated.
mm.
And, we went to prom together and we, did the whole thing. And it makes me feel a little icky that I didn't have the ability to tell her the truth. But in reality, I couldn't tell myself
I
the
don't
truth.
Yes, I don't think you knew the truth. And wow, actually, I'm really excited for you to watch Prom Dates. Because
Mm.
yeah, and that actually because we just did press the other day and it was so lovely and it was a lot of like fun. Like people were like, what do you want people to take away out of this? And I was just like, oh, feel good. Like it's very fun and I think we could all use, some feel good energy right now and stuff like that. But I you talking about that, I was like, oh no, there's definitely like some deeper resonance here for I think a lot of people. And I think I forget
Yeah.
about that because it's like such a fun flick. And I'm now so in my queer era, which this era probably will last the rest of my life. That's how it goes. But like
Yeah.
I do think, I forget that, yeah, it was just different. I mean, I have like so much grace even just listening to that because you didn't know. Like I remember finding out, I forget how I found out about the word bi
Hmm.
in like seventh grade. And I remembered exactly where I was when I Googled it. And I was like, oh, and I remember my thought was, there are other people like me. But I was like, wait, I don't know, like thinking back on that, I can't even imagine that that was a thought in my head because I'm like, obviously, but no, that was a reality. Like, I guess there was a point in my life that I can't remember so clearly now, but there was a point where I genuinely was like, I don't know anyone that's like me, and there couldn't possibly be anyone like that's like me. And by the way, this was all while I was involved with a girl, like throughout high school. Oh wait, no, that was seventh grade. I found out in seventh grade, and I got involved with her after. But yeah, in seventh grade, I found out the word bi, and then I guess afterwards, I did realize that maybe it's possible.
Do you dated a girl in high school?
Yeah, I did. There were a couple. I peaked in high school, Eric. Let me tell you, I peaked in high school, but I really no, I kind of was like messy with it. Yeah, I did have kind of like this girl, but her mom, all due respect, because it was a complicated situation, but her mom really had it out for me, and it was like very complicated. Then there was this affair with this other girl. It was very, in the moment, I was like, I'm writing a biopic, and maybe I will. But
you
yes,
were
so
you were just forwarding the plot is what you were doing as a
I was
full-on
like,
15-year-old.
yes, truly. I was like, you don't understand. Okay. This is for my book later. That's going to be bought by Netflix. Yeah.
I wish more of us could have that energy because I'm the type of girl that like instead of like being like this is for my book, I'll zoom in on the page that I'm on and be like this page will last forever. There's no escape and the book
Okay.
sucks.
Okay. Well, to be honest, in the moment, I was right there with you. I was like,
Okay.
I'm gonna die, like that sort of thing. But of course, yeah, hindsight 2020. You remember, I'm at least 12 years old, so I have hindsight now.
Yeah, you do. It's so interesting to look back at your past with the dating of it all. But I think that when we talk about your career as an actor, especially being like out and proud as a non binary actor as well, you were in the Disney franchise Zombies 3, making them story. Her story and them story. You're the first live action non binary character in a hit Disney franchise, which is pretty fucking cool. But my question is how do you feel about playing gendered roles for yourself?
Mm-hmm. I personally want to play female roles. I mean, sure, I want to also play non-binary roles, and I do think it's great that they are going out to non-binary actors for those roles because that is important, and
Yeah.
we are owed. But like, yeah, no, I absolutely don't want to just play non-binary. Like, I went out a couple months ago. I did this audition that I actually really liked, which is it's hard for actors to say that I think, but I
Yeah.
really really liked it, and it was this, like, mean lead bitch. Can I say bitch? Can I say bitch?
Please say bitch.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. And, like, yeah, it's, like, mean girl, and I looked at it, watched it back, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm scared. I'm scared of her," and I was like, "I love that because I don't want to just play non-binary," and I don't want, like I think it's great that there's more representation now, but it's also not like, okay, yeah, you're just like the one little non-binary now, you know? And
Yeah, no, I totally get that. It's like you want to be seen as obviously a person first who
yes, of
contains
course.
multitudes, and while the representation absolutely matters, sometimes you want to play a fucking bitchy girl.
Yep, absolutely.
Not to say that this person is a fucking bitch, but she is a badass bitch. And Chelsea Handler is who I'm talking about, who is in
Oh,
Prom Dates.
of
Did you
course. Yeah.
have, because I haven't seen the movie, I'm allowed to ask this, did you have any scenes with her?
No,
What's the
unfortunately, I didn't. But she's in such funny scenes, and Julia, one of the leads, who I got to work with directly, obviously, she has only said the best things. Everyone has only said the best things. Just that she was very happy to be there, like, asking
Mm.
questions about them. So gracious. So yeah. So
All I
I
want
well,
in life is to like sit around a table at Chelsea Handler's home, smoking weed and having dinner with her and her fun friends.
absolutely. I'd even be a fly on the wall, I suppose,
Oh
and
yeah,
just yeah,
I'd be a server at her fucking house, like whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Well, speaking of powerful women such as Chelsea Handler, I'm going to ask you the next famous gay ass podcast question. Terry, who, if the world was ending, you could only save one character actress. Who
Oh.
would you save?
I know this one. You know what? I actually prepped for this. I think I have notes. I'm pulling up
Yeah,
notes
yeah, they
because I
do.
have some. Okay, so honestly, Jennifer Coolidge does come to mind,
Of course.
mainly because when I think character actress, I'm just like, that is such a character in and of itself, in and of herself. I think we have to say Michelle Yeoh just as like a international treasure. And also
Huge.
because I feel like I haven't gotten a chance to see her in more, I think I haven't seen her all of her filmography, but like more I would love to see her in something that is more charactery too, because she does like drama so well.
Yeah.
And
Well, that to me is
and
like the mark of a stunning career is once the Oscar nominations come and then all of a sudden you can afford to just like play
and like
a Jennifer Coolidge-esque character just because you want
absolutely.
to.
Absolutely. I mean, Michelle Yeoh has been putting in the work and is like so famous and like but it's so cool to see her have the mainstream. Okay, so I'm gonna have to say it's like them two. I'm sorry, it's tied. It's tied. I need Michelle Yeoh to get her bag. So I'm gonna
Get your bag, Michelle Yeoh.
Mhm.
I think that's a great, great answer.
Thank you.
Now, because this is a gay ass podcast, I
Mhm.
need to have you walk us through what is the gayest thing about you in your day to day today.
The gayest thing about me day to day. Oh, okay. I feel like I don't know if this to me feels gay. Honestly, like, not having a skincare routine, I guess. Like, I feel like I don't know, I feel like my girlfriend would definitely be like, yeah, like, literally just throwing water on their face and then walking out the door, or, like to me, it's because it feels very boyish in,
Yeah.
like, a very because actually there are so many men out there that do have intense skincare routines, so it's not like but I think it's just so like, "Huh?" Like, and
So you're saying
wearing the
that's
same
like
pants
maybe
a
kind
lot.
of like your butch side is the non skincare regimen.
Yes, yes, absolutely. It's
I
my,
think
like,
that's
dykey side.
really yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my God, what's the dykiest thing about you? Should I is that offensive if I ask every guest that? Probably, but I
Probably,
definitely
maybe. Ask for consent
um
somehow.
yeah. Hey, do you mind if I ask about the dykiest thing about you? It's fully like a 19-year-old Twinkie gay boy. Um I don't know. I think the no skincare routine is so well said because to have the confidence of either a low maintenance lesbian or
Mm,
a high self esteem straight guy who doesn't think he needs to use retinol. I dream of having that confidence.
yeah. Listen, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I hear retinol. You can't not hear about retinol these days. So I'm learning, but I think yeah, I've gone many years kind of just it didn't occur to me, I guess.
It's just like Tumblr porn. It takes a minute to find out about it
Yes, and
and then you ride the train, hon.
yeah, yeah.
Well, listen, Terry, I have to say that all of the things going on with you in your career, it's pretty incredible to see how you were a neuroscience major at UCLA. You're now all of a sudden landing these amazing roles in these amazing shows. I mean, Prom Dates on Hulu, The Girls on the Bus on Max, Zombies 3 on Disney Plus. It's like something that I really, you have to hustle to get to that point in your career. And
Mm.
I just want to say a huge mazel. And can we manifest what you want to see moving forward career wise?
Wow. Thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm manifesting my first series regular on a hit show. I'm manifesting big sci-fi movie franchise, Dune. I'm manifesting, playing like, yeah, like a lead mean girl. Or, just like the ones that I'm excited to expand on what I've gotten to do already, which I'm very grateful to do. But yeah, I have my dreams go far, I think.
Ugh, well, I love that. And this podcast interview is just one page in your book, but I'm so thrilled to be a part of it.
It's the
And
page I'm gonna stay on. Remember? It's the page that I'm gonna stay on. Forget the whole
we
book.
are, fuck, yeah, fuck the book. We're staying on the gay ass chapter. Well, Terry, I want you to tell the dolls listening where to follow you and what you would like to plug.
Oh, wow. Okay. You can find me on Instagram or TikTok, although I'm more active on Instagram at Who is Terry? That's HU is Terry. And that's how you pronounce it, incidentally. And also, I'm building my first mobile app. It's a relationship wellness app. You can check it out at downloadnurture.com. There's a wait list. We're still finalizing it, but if that's your vibe, check it out. I'm very excited.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Wait, now, okay, before we officially sign off
Yes,
then,
yeah,
give me
sorry, I did
the,
throw
give
that.
me the, no, it's okay. That's amazing. Give me the elevator pitch. What is this?
Yeah, it's a relationship wellness app that helps your loved ones keep in touch. You guys plant a virtual tree together, you and a loved one or loved ones, and you set a cycle of like a week or 2 weeks or a month, and then you have to send at least one update or nurture to have the tree grow. Otherwise, it withers. So it's kind of like an
Ooh.
accountability, a whole new accountability. Yeah,
I love that so much. Keeping in touch is
very hard.
can be toof, and I think that that's such a beautiful but also like devastating image. If you don't keep in touch, the tree dies, bitch.
It will, yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Sometimes that's what it takes for you to rebuild. Yeah.
The death of Mother Earth. Well, Terry, I'm so excited for you. Prom Dates is out May 3rd. Watch it, live it, learn it, love it. And Terry, thank you for being here and being queer.
Of
Bless.
course. Thank you, Eric. It was great chatting. Thanks so much.
Thank you for listening to That's a Gay Ass Podcast. If you enjoyed this interview with Terry Who, tag us, Binge. I'm at Eric Wills, and all of the other handles are there in the description. If you would like more gay assery, you know that Patreon is there for you at patreon.com/gayasspodcast to listen to gay ass sex. I'm counting down the days till I'm in New York City, and I hope you are as well. And just buy your tickets now. It's June 28th for That's a Gay Ass Live show at Chelsea Music Hall. It's 8 p.m. It's a Friday of Pride weekend. And once the lineup is announced in the next week or two, you're going to be like, oh, I'm nervy that it's going to sell out. That might be me being, what's the word? Like totally out of left field, out of pocket, overly confident, delusional, but it's kind of iconic. Anywho, I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.